Every time they want to think more strategically, enterprises, that is, it definitely takes more time. That said, some of these cycles we've been involved with for quite some time, and at the end of the road comes a very large opportunity for which we're well positioned for. So they're starting to make some of these decisions, and that's a good thing.
Now, you had mentioned a moment ago people or organizations looking at platforms and the role platforms play. And you had shared with me before we started our recording here that you guys have also embraced the Sybase Unwired Platform as well. Tell me about that. What was your motivation in doing that?
Well, there's the practical motivation, which is that there are joint opportunities for us to work together. So we just jumped on board. We got the software, and in 2 weeks we integrated one of our applications, our pre-sale application, with the Sybase Unwired Platform, and now we're certified. We're one of the first to be certified through their new program.
Very good. Now, does that mean? So, when you were supporting the Sybase Unwired Platform, does that mean you're integrating with SAP, or was it just a generic middleware interest?
At this point, it's a generic middleware interest, but we've done some SAP integration in the past, and so that's a great vehicle for that. The Sybase Unwired Platform replaces in many ways our middleware. We have our own middleware component.
Yeah.
And provides additional scalability and integration into the back office systems. What we deliver in that case is a very flexible mobile application, and the combination of the two is really exciting, especially with some of the applications that we have that are off the shelf.
So are you using the Sybase Unwired Platform in your cloud computing offering, or is it limited to your on-premise today?
It's limited to the on-premise.
Okay.
And it's more of a, for the moment, it's more of a channel strategy, if you will, is that, being able to engage more closely in a number of accounts that we're pursuing that already have SAP, and where SAP is looking to complement the solutions that they have.
Okay. So, Don, tell us a little bit more about the market you guys are targeting, the demographics of your customer base, so the listeners get an idea of where you guys play and what your focus is.
Sure. Well, Apacheta, as a company, has been in business since 2003. And it was founded by people who have a lot of experience in the mobile space, and particularly focusing on mobile enterprise applications, these more mission-critical type apps that we've been talking about. And one of the things that you notice is that even though everybody's basically doing the same thing, they're all doing it differently. So if you're doing field service, at a high level, everyone's doing work orders and some messaging and tracking and so on, but everybody has their own way of operating. So what we needed was a solution that was extremely flexible, and so what we came up with is a set of mobile applications for the consumer goods market, meaning DSD and merchandising,
okay,
or transportation, like pickup and delivery, proof of delivery type applications, as well as service. So we have these applications that support that are very complete and ready to run out of the box. Yet, in addition, we have a toolkit that allows for rapid customization to the specific needs that a company may have, so to their own unique and changing business requirements. So it's a combination of off-the-shelf application and a toolkit for rapidly customizing. Now, one of the differences that we have is that our toolkit is not, it goes beyond just configuring the application based on whatever levers and dials are available. It truly provides full control over the entire application. You can change screens, you can change business logic, but one of the key benefits is that you can do that without creating a custom one-off application. And this is critical. This is critical for us as a company who needs to support a wide set of customers, and it's critical for the customer so that they know that they're on a path forward for upgrades and enhancements instead of having to pay for every change that needs to be made once that application gets customized.
Very good. So talk to me about what are the components of your solution. You talked about the ability to develop. Well, just tell me about all the different components. Let's list them out. I see you have a product here called Sybase.
Right.
So is that the mobile app or is that the server? So what are the components?
So initially and primarily, our applications are mobile applications that run in handhelds. Today we run in Windows Mobile and Android.
Okay.
We're able to support, rugged smartphones, ruggedized handhelds, smartphones, tablets, and the like. We do plan to support the Apple iOS as well.
Okay.
These applications, Sybase is the field service offering. It supports the day in the life of a service technician, gives them full access to their schedule. They can track their parts, what parts they're using, track customer information and history, do messaging. It provides for signature capture, for use of a camera, asset management, all the typical core workflows, if you will, that might be required by a mobile user. Now, what we do is we take that Sybase application and connect it to a couple of different back-end options. One option, and we see a lot of companies that have their own dispatch systems, either homegrown or acquired from other ISVs, and so we provide connectivity to those back-end systems through our mobile gateway. Alternatively, with our SaaS model, we've seen an opportunity for a simple dispatch system for companies that are using paper today and just want to be able to automate the end-to-end process. So we've introduced what we call the Management Center for Field Service, which provides just that, and that's a great fit in our whole SaaS model. We're seeing a lot of interest in that.
Very good. So when you look at the size of companies that you primarily target, Don, are they the largest global companies? Are they the small to medium size? Where do you see yourself fit?
Well, we have a mix of sizes. We actually have two kinds of sales that we see. One is is a solution sale where a customer really wants to buy the solution. They may need some customization. Again, that could be done by us or by them or by the partners using our toolkit. And for that, it ranges anywhere from 25 to 50 users to over 10,000 users. It's interesting. We have different channel strategy to address all that, but we're seeing a lot of, so we see a lot of interest for a solution in that full range. We also see some companies that are doing more of a platform selection where they look at our solution as sort of a library of workflows that they could use, applications that are available to jumpstart for sales, delivery, service, and the like, and then use our toolkit to drag and drop different workflows and weave them together to meet their specific needs. Those tend to be the larger companies.
Very good. Well, Don, before we wrap it up today, let me just ask you another question about what are some of the biggest challenges that you see in the enterprise mobility space today? When you talk to your average customer, what are the biggest challenges they face around mobility?
Part of it is, one challenge is definitely the tactical versus the strategic. And again, that tends to show up in the larger companies.
Okay.
In the smaller companies, it's just understanding. And this is a little more mundane, but it's understanding really what the requirements are, where to focus in terms of the mobile technology. Especially if someone is on paper today and is moving to mobility. It's almost like a kid in a candy store. To having what that requires is for them to have a good handle on their requirements and on their operations to understand, if you have this technology, does it match your operations, as well as the technical skills to deploy and manage these systems.
Understood. So as we close here, Don, what's your coverage as a company? Are you global? How many continents are you located? If somebody's listening from Singapore, or Australia, or Europe, Japan, what's your coverage?
Well, currently our customer base is North America.
Okay.
And, we actually have a couple of prospects now that are in Europe and Asia that we are starting to pursue with partners.
Okay.
But primarily we're in North America right now.
Great. Well, Don, I greatly appreciate you joining us today and sharing with our audience, so thank you very much.
Thank you, Kevin. I really appreciate the time to present with your audience and to talk with you.